Right. Well, as you may have guessed, that didn't quite work because there was a sudden power cut in the middle of the recording, and as you can hear outside, people's fire alarms are still going off. So if you can try and filter that out, I'll tell you the rest of the movie. The plot centres around a tech billionaire type who wants to gain control of the world's data from various governments so that he can basically control the world. His plan is sort of a bit vague and shapeless and formless, and that's quite annoying. And the film is really just a delivery system for Rowan Atkinson to do various bits, various comedy skits, and that would be fine, but it all feels a little bit tired. I mean, Rowan Atkinson's in his 60s now, and he plays a detective on ITV, which is the sign of encroaching retirement. There are some funny scenes. There's a whole virtual reality sequence where he gets lost in this virtual reality simulation and is wandering around in the real world picking fights with random strangers. And that works well. There's a dance sequence where he takes a pet pill instead of a sleeping pill and winds up dancing the night away in hilarious Mr. Bean-style dance moves. The punchline being that he wakes up... he doesn't wake up. He's still at the club at dawn the following morning, where the only people there are a cleaning woman and a DJ who's fallen asleep over his turntable. And he's still dancing away. And that's quite funny. But the film generally skates by on goodwill, on nostalgia for the character, and for the times when Rowan Atkinson was really firing on all cylinders. It's not a complete misfire. It's fine, but it really should be better than that. It definitely does feel like a Sunday afternoon film, but Sunday afternoon on ITV2, and not at the cinema where you have to make an effort and pay money. So I wouldn't really recommend it unless you're a big Rowan Atkinson fan. And there was a nice element of nostalgia to looking back on this character who I've been seeing on film and TV for 25 years or more than 25 years, nearly 30 years, and it was very heartening that the original theme from the commercials is the main theme in Howard Goodall's score. Howard Goodall, who's worked with Rowan Atkinson and Richard Curtis a lot of times and presumably wrote the music for the original commercials. He makes that little theme the main theme of the film's score. But it's the whole point of the film is that English is a man out of time. He's a spy who was of a past era, and now it's all very technology based, and there's lots of jokes about health and safety and how Britain's great really, which politically struck as a slightly awkward note, particularly with Emma Thompson playing a caricature of Theresa May, not nearly incompetent or evil enough. But it's a film that skates on nostalgia rather than anything new or original, and it's time, I think, for Rowan Atkinson to be doing something else.